this is Imi from iTradeAIMS.net, AIMS Stress-Free Trading. And today I'm going to discuss one of the questions from the Elite chat room. So I'm going to bring it up. And first I'm going to discuss, let's talk about this first. Yesterday I talked about this trade and I said I can catch waltz. It's a new strategy which is not out yet. We'll talk about it later. So this is a waltz signal. And I'm not going to go in much detail, but this is a waltz signal that you can actually trade on the M15. But guess what happened on the M1? Yes, a 3 and a 4. This is a lovely setup one. And I took this and I disappeared. I did not even check it. Later on, obviously, I checked it, but I wasn't in the chat room at that time. So when this morning I started, I posted that picture. This does not require hard work. I took the trade and forgot about it. So to speak, forgot about it because, you know, I knew where my target point was. I knew it was just above the target zone. I knew this is setup one. This is where I would exit. I didn't want to exit anywhere else. I did not put any trail or anything. I was happy with either get a -1, a 0, or a +2. +2 is what I got. And I knew this could go further, but I don't care. What I want is to enter the market in the most accurate spot where I would get the best results out of it. It does not matter how much the market moves later on. It doesn't make me feel bad or good. What I want is if I have achieved my target, what I want from the market. If I get 2% from it, that's it. I'm happy. So same process. So this is the DAX trade that I took this morning, but before that I actually took it here. So let's talk about this. So you have London Open around here. Let me bring my other chart. Here we go. So this is the London Open. So before the London Open, when you go and look at the charts, you'd say, all right, so we have a nice trend down. And if you know AIMS wave, you'll see a 3 and a 4 and a 5. So this is a completed kind of wave 3 because you have a divergence. And rightly so, as London Open's price starts to go up. But London Open strategy states that you have to kind of take the trend from where it started. Now I gave away a secret here. So this is the open price. And now you want to monitor this price, where it goes. So it went higher. It went up. And this is where, you know, I don't care about the price is king thing because price is already there in our mechanism. And as you learn more about AIMS, you'll know. Price goes up, comes back. What does it do? Bounces against the box high. Comes back to it, goes up, back to it, goes up again. But as it turns out, it starts to go down. So around here, I was thinking, all right, probably this thing is going down because we have a 3 and a 4. Now the box was too big, but I was keen on taking this trade because it's the open. Now, it's showing signs of going up. So for the London Open, the trend is up based on this, right? But I thought because the overall trend is down, and I will go to it in a bit, why the overall trend is down, I did not want to miss, and I entered it here, but I forgot because I did not put my line here. And let me tell you, we have indicators which have these lines automatically printed for you. But I wasn't using that. So, and this was my mistake. So I went in, but soon I realized price actually bounced off the open level and it started to go up. And I said, you know what, I'm probably going against the micro trend, right? So I was going against the London Open trend and I said, you know what, this box is big. Okay, before I go further into that, I want to address this as well. So this is the box. I don't want a 20 pips box because that would mean that I will have to, one, take a 20-point stop loss, which will reduce my variable lot sizes. And because of that, the effect would be that I will have to wait for the market to go 40 points in my favor to capture my 2%. Now, I don't want that. I want my 2% within 15 to 20 pips. That's the whole trick. So what I did is the old grand technique is to enter here and have your stop loss above the trigger candle or the one before. So obviously before I entered, my stop loss was around here. So what did it do? My trade required only 11 or 10 pip stop loss. So what I've done is I've reduced at level 1. I have reduced my risk from 20 to 10. But guess what I did later? Risk management is everything, right? I reduced my risk further. As soon as the market showed me this, it bounced off the open. And instinctively I thought, okay, it might go and test all that level there, but do I really want to be there sitting at minus 1% or doing that? I said no. It's not going down, and because it's come all the way down, you remember this is one wave between, and now listen to this, between an upper level, an upper Ames level and a lower Ames level, there's always an Elliott wave of a certain degree. So the bigger the box, the more chances that the wave would be complete. So the micro wave down was about to turn around. And this is what classically, if you see, it's stepping up, and this was a PC. So I thought maybe it would go up. And this was not a good sign, and I wanted to reduce my risk. And the whole game is about knowing how to reduce your risk. And I did that, so I exited quick around here. But I was still waiting because I have a 3 and a 4 situation. And as the market went up, check this. This level here, and remember, a level is not the exact number, it's like a fuzzy line around it. So if it's like 12257, so 12260 to 12253, and that would be the same zone. This is the rules of support and resistance. And as you can see, it bounced off those levels, bounced off this level, and closed below the 3 levels. This is where price action is inbuilt into the Ames system. So you don't have to think about whether you're doing price action or not. It's just in there. So don't think about it. They all say, oh, price is king and all that rubbish. Yes, price is king, but you can trade it on many, many different ways. And Ames has it inbuilt inside it. Remember, Ames method is based on the structure of the market, which is even more important than where the price level is. Because the structure is what would happen. So price is like the energy, whereas the structure is what would dictate how this energy would flow. Remember this. So as it comes down around here, now I know the box is still big, but look at this. There's a change. And with time, as you keep trading, you actually you learn these things. The more trades you take and you record them, and as experience builds up, you know what you're doing. So this is not a classic setup 1. I'm talking about the London Open strategy. So price comes down, it's showing momentum. I enter here. But guess what? Where would be my stop loss? Not here, because I'm at advanced level. I put my stop loss straight away there. And as soon as it triggered and this candle closed, my stop loss was here. After that, I wouldn't be touching it. But I have minimized risk. And it went straight, and that's where it hit my target point. Let's go back. So this is that trade that I took here, exited quickly, and then I entered here again. Another interesting thing is, for those of you who don't know the cherry, now cherry is a fractal geometric sister of the setup 1. Now, this is where we get our edge from. Like the Ames system mechanism, we have this edge which is called fractal geometry. And once you go to the stage 2, you will be able to utilize it. So look at this signal. It's a cherry signal on the M5 chart. But at the same time, that cherry signal was creating this entire setup on the M1. So more on this later. I'm building all this so that I could bring it to Eric's question. This is that first trade. This is the second trade that hit its target point here. At that time, this was possibly a wave 5, but then it turned into a wave 3. And then when it turned into a wave 3, it allowed us to now look for the hunt signals. And we have the hunt cherry signal. So this is another 2%. And then we have an interesting situation where we have a wave 3 going down, but Ames system is allowing us to actually see the wave 4 inside the 3. So when you have a situation where you have a 3, but you don't see the cross of zero line, so new traders would say, well, I don't have a cross of zero line. If they rely solely on this amazing indicator, they would miss out on these little nuances of this method. If you know how to count waves yourself, and that you can do by reading the 10-second Elliott Wave ebook or the video, that you can actually spot 3, 4, 5 inside the wave 3. So inside the wave 3, if let's say if this was 1, this was 2, this was our 3, and this, because the gates are slept here, this was the 4 off inside the 3, and then this is the 5. Why is this the 5? Because we have divergence. Now, because it hasn't crossed the zero line, this as a whole was a wave 3, but inside the wave 3 we have a 3, 4, 5. And remember, fractal geometry, waves within waves within waves. I might have answered Eric's question already, but let's go back there. Anyway, before we do that, let's talk about this. First, I took the first break, but soon realized it was not going, so I exited to reduce risk. Had I stayed in with stop loss on the other side of the box, it would be okay too. But I like to increase my lot size by choosing a smaller stop loss, like I explained earlier. But that means I have to protect it as well. So I have to exit quickly if it goes against me. And so price went up, but it did not break the box high and started to drop. So I reinvested my money, and this time it dropped and hit the target point without any pullback, which is this. Set up one trade and learn and open, hits target points, 2% banked. Thank you very much. Goodbye. But it wasn't a goodbye, was it? Right. Earlier I made a point that there was the overall trend was down, and it was because of this. And these are all the pictures that I actually post in my chat room, which is an elite chat room now. Not everyone is allowed. Anyway, so if you look at the hourly chart, now this is today's price action on the DAX. This is that trade where it was. But if you look at it, there was a great strong 3 down the other day when it broke, with a pullback the following day, and yesterday a wave 5 started. As you can see here, these 2 dots, this was a wave 4, gator sleeping. The deeper pullback tells me it could be a 1-2, which means that the next 5 could turn into a new 3. But leave that to a side for the moment. What I meant from the point that I earlier made, and I said that I will explain, is that I knew that the higher time frame was suggesting a massive downtrend. And what does that mean? That means that if on the M1 I have a long trades, they're not going to have too much power in them. They would be kind of powerless. So energy follows the path of least resistance, and the path of least resistance is energy follows the path of least resistance, and the path of least resistance for the market is to follow the structure of the market, and the structure of the market is the setup 1, the 3, 4, 5. So I knew that it's going down, and if I get a sell signal, I will definitely take it, and I took it. Cherry is a great signal, as I saw it, as I talked about earlier. So this is your first trade, that's your second trade, and this is the cherry. So your entry would be here, stop loss there, bang. And that's the end of part 1. Part 2 will be released shortly.
Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if yes, please hit the like button. Do you have any questions or ideas for upcoming videos? Then leave a comment. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any future videos. See you next time.